Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, Patito. Hello, everyone. Before I start my presentation, let me introduce myself first. My name is Sri Rahayu, and in this video, I would present semantic roles as my mid-test for the semantic course. So, semantic roles are words that are described according to the roles they fulfill with the situation described in a sentence. And it's also known as semantic case or thematic roles. Semantic roles have the function to recognize the many roles that phrases perform in diverse contexts. And there are 7 types of semantic roles, such as agent, theme, location, experiencer, instruments, goal, and source. Well, I'm going to explain the type of semantic roles one by one. The first one is the agent. The agent is the most obvious semantic role. It is the door or the entity that performs the action. I have one example. This is Dan drove a car. The agent is Dan. In this sentence, Dan is the agent because he is entity or door that perform the action. The next example is a car was driven by Dan. The agent is Dan. Although in the sentence I have changed an active clause into a passive one, and a car is the subject, the agent is still Dan. Okay, the second type of semantic roles is theme. Theme is the entity that undergoes or receives the action. The theme can also be an entity that is simply being described. The theme can be human. Indeed, the same physical entity can appear in 2 semantic roles. For example, the boy kicked himself. From this sentence, the theme is himself. The next one is experiencer. Experiencer is one who perceives something. I have one example. Sarah smelled her perfume. The experiencer of this sentence is Sarah. Continue to the next type of semantic roles, which is instrument. If an agent uses another entity in order to perform an action, the other entity fills the role of instrument. For example, Jane write a letter with pen. Jane is the agent of this sentence, while a pen is the instrument. Now, I'm going to explain the location. Location is the place where the action happens. Here I have an example. I met you in the movie. From this sentence, the location is the movie, which is the place of the action happens. The next type of semantic roles is source. Source is where the entity moves from. Take a look to the example. We moved from New York to London. As I said before, the source is where the entity moves from. So the source from this sentence is New York. Continue to the next one is goal. And goal is the last type of semantic roles. When the source is where the entity moves from, or we can say the departing point, then the goal is the arrival point or where the entity moves to. From the previous example of the source, which is we moved from New York to London, the goal of this sentence is London. Okay, that's all my presentation about semantic roles. May all of those I have shared be beneficial for all of us, and thank you so much for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.